Samra 50062 has a pronunciation question. Frighten, threaten. The pronunciation. Okay, perfect pronunciation. Frighten. Frighten. Don't frighten me. Threaten. Threaten. Don't threaten me. Frighten, threaten. However, in America, excuse me, we usually don't say frighten, we usually don't say threaten, we say frighten. Frighten. And that's a stop. It's called a glottal stop sound. So what happens, say this, fright, T, until the T. Fright. Now, where is the tongue? Fright. The tongue is stuck straight. So inside the mouth, is this enough? Oh, we got a picture over here. So this is the upper teeth. These are the lower teeth. Fright. When you do that, the tongue is touching, right? Fright. The tongue is touching right about here. Don't move the tongue. Keep the tongue there. Frighten. And just make an N sound. Frighten. 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 Don't move the tongue. If you move the tongue, frighten. Frighten. No. Frighten. Don't frighten me. Don't frighten me. The same with threaten. 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 Don't threaten me. Don't threaten me. Frighten. Threaten. Frighten. Threaten. What about this? Frightening. Threatening. What's interesting, perfect pronunciation, frightening. Frightening. But when we say it really fast, many times it sounds like frightening. Frightening. We skip that sound. Frightening. Threatening. 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 We should say threatening. Threatening. But we usually say threatening. No. Threatening. Frightening. Okay? What about with the ED? Frightened. 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 Threatened. Frightened. Frightened. Threatened. So the N is very long, and then a D. Frightened. Frightened. Threatened. He frightened me. He frightened me. He threatened you. He threatened you. Okay? These are pretty tough. Once again, this pronunciation style is called the glottal stop. I'll write it down. The glottal stop. So if you go to YouTube, you can find other teachers teaching this sound. But it's easy. The sound is easy. It's when you have a T, especially a T or a D, and you stop the tongue here. They'll talk about back here. Yeah, I agree, you can think here, but actually it's easier, the tongue stops here. Don't move it, and then do the N. So with the N sound, this is easier. Frighten, threaten. Okay? Thanks a lot for the question, and keep those questions rolling in.